Our next speaker, before his retirement from Shell Oil Company in 2008, he founded Citizens for Affordable Energy, a public policy education firm that promotes sound U.S. energy security solutions for the nation. This speaker just doesn't talk the talk, he walks the walk. Perhaps the biggest corporate sponsor of Save America's Wetland Foundation. Please welcome a great friend of Louisiana, former CEO of Shell Oil Company, Mr. John Hofmeister.
Mr. President, I listened to you. I believed your message. I worked for you. I voted for you. I didn't expect the boot of your secretary on my neck and the industry that I love when I did that. And even more, Mr. President, I did not expect your boot on the neck of Louisianans. You're making the mistake of the 7 predecessors that you have followed, Mr. President. You are doing exactly what they did, which is leading this country toward an energy abyss. You are turning energy into politics. We cannot have a nation. We cannot have the world's largest economy and turn energy into simple day-to-day, flavor-of-the-day politics, Mr. President. I sat through 6 congressional hearings in my tenure as Shell President. I have the tongue lashing still on my back because your senators, your congressmen put them there asking why oil prices, why gasoline prices were so high in 2006 and 7 and 8. And I told you then, when you were a senator, and I told your colleagues then, if you don't allow the American industry and the workers of the oil and gas industry to drill, you will have high gas prices. But you're not listening. You are stopping the drilling that's taking place today. That drilling will ultimately save this country hundreds of billions of dollars of otherwise buying foreign oil. That drilling will put tens of billions of dollars of royalties, hundreds of billions of dollars of hard-earned tax money into the American economy, but you don't want it. It's time for common sense. It's time for common sense to make Gulf sense. And common sense means we produce our own energy in this country. We don't buy other people's energy. $9.2 million people go to work in the oil and gas industry. Everybody should know that. Don't lay off the 50,000 people that are working on those rigs to support those rigs and to build the equipment for those rigs. It's time to change the game. It's time to bring common sense to the American discussion on our energy future. We have 3 enemies that are attacking us as we sit here. The first enemy is misinformation that you are perpetrating. The second enemy is disinformation, which your colleagues are perpetrating. And the third enemy is lack of information, which you are not sharing. As Dan said earlier, 10,000 gallons a second. 10,000 gallons a second. The East Coast anti-drillers and the West Coast anti-drillers apparently mean more to you than the Gulf Coast drillers. And it's costing us all our dignity in addition to our paychecks. Here's what's wrong. What's wrong is that the partisanship that is taking place inside the Beltway today is paralyzing this country from making any decisions in the interest of the people. The partisan paralysis of the right wing or the partisan paralysis of